Hey, what's up guys, Angelson here, bringing you a battle replay commentary on Sakura Ridge. And my opponent is actually my clanmate Shifter. And he's really good actually. And you know my normal strategy for this map, you've seen me play it several times, it's one of my favorite maps. But screen first with my cav, disarray my opponent's army, get my matchlocks pushed up on top of the ridge line, because anything short of that they're going to be highly ineffective. But you can see my opponent kind of has the same strategy as well. Now I'm going to pause this because I get action really early in this battle. You can see my army composition. I've got 2 Matchlock Warrior Monks, followed by 2 Naginata Sams. I also have 2 Veteran Odachi Sams and 2 Veteran Katana Sams with a Naginata Warrior Monk. And I've got a Bow Warrior Monk back here, behind my line safe, with a Yari Ashigaru defending my general. And on my flank you can see I have a Great Guard with a Light Cav and another Great Guard with another Light Cav. So my intention was to push my Cav up early, get over this ridge line, like I said, disarray his army. But if you look at my opponent's army, he pretty much has the same idea as well. Now you can't really see them too well because the units are so bunched up, but he has quite a few Cav over here. He's got some Light Cav, I think 3 Light Cav and a Katana Cav. As well, he's got, a whole spear front on his army, all Yari Sams. These are all 4 Yari Sams. And you can see right at the start of this battle, he actually, threw them into rapid advance, which, I never really thought of doing, but it's actually a really good idea because it'll allow your infantry to get that hill advantage, fast and early on, as well, like my strategy where I screen first and disarray with Cav. And when an opponent does that, and you've got a solid wall of Yari Sams, you're just going to murder their Cav. So that was actually a really good idea by my opponent. And then he has some Nadachi Sams and some Lone Swords, a pretty good mix of infantry. Not really any range units from what I can tell though. Oh, he also has another Light Cav back here by his general, so that's actually 4 Light Cav and a Katana Cav. So I want to go ahead and start this battle because I said there's action early on, and there is. So here I start my advance. I got my matchlocks up front because I want them to just clear that hill as fast as possible. And right away, I spot ninjas in these hills. So my Cav gets stopped up because I right-clicked with my Cav to hurry up and attack him, but then he hit stealth, so my Cav automatically stopped their charge. Luckily, with this first set of ninja bombs, you can see he didn't hit any of my units. So I'm going to try to close as quickly as possible and just hit these ninjas with my Cav and clear them out. Now the problem with that is now my opponent's already got his Cav screen down. I mean, if you look at this, he's got some of these Light Cav and Katana Cav helping out his ninjas, and the rest of these Light Cav are pushing towards my army. And I realized this all too late. I see what's about to happen, and I decide I need to start backing down this hill as quick as possible because even if I'm able to stop here on this slope and effectively block these Cav with spears, it's going to put my matchlocks at a disadvantage because if they try to shoot from here, the only thing they're going to be able to shoot is units that clear the top of this ridge line. So with his Yari Sams actually rapid advancing, I'm not going to get much time, downrange shooting my matchlocks off. So I decided to pull back the rest of my army and leave my spears in place to take care of these Cav, which luckily they're Naginata Sams, so even if his infantry does close fairly quick, I've got the advantage against his spear units. And you can see I'm actually going to lose this Cav battle over here with his Katana Cav and his ninjas. He used the blinding grenades, luckily it hit his own units as well, but these guys are just murdering my Cav on this flank. And fortunately I was able to take care of his ninjas on this side and win this Cav battle. And now you can see his Light Cav are also starting to rout. But I am trying as quickly as possible to get my forces repositioned so my matchlocks just aren't completely useless, which even from here they aren't going to get much time shooting down range before the enemy closes with my Naginata Sams. So here you can actually see his units start to show up, and he did a number on my Matchlock Warrior Monks. This unit is 42 out of 90 left, and this one has 44. And because he used Rapid Advance, I mean, look how much farther his Yari Sams came than the rest of his infantry. A really, really good strategy. I'm shocked I fell for it. I really am. And it's definitely a move that I will probably try myself if I get this map again. Luckily, you can see I've got some semblance back in my lines. Even though my matchlocks are hurting, I'm able to effectively, reform, rally my troops, and, get set up to intercept these guys. So you see I'm trying to pull my matchlocks back. I want to keep them up as long as I can. And now I just have to contest with all of his units, which I'm pretty severely outnumbered infantry-wise as well. And unfortunately I lost the cavalry on this flank, and he still has all three of these units. These ninjas still have bombs. The Katana Cav can still do, a hefty bit of damage to my units. But I see that, and I decide to go ahead and bring my Great Guard back over to take care of these Katana Cav. Which, this guy's not an idiot. He's going to, flank my lines fairly quickly. And even on Bonsai, my Nodachis, oh no, that wasn't Bonsai, that was actually Rally. I thought they were about to rout Bonsai. It's like, that's pretty awkward. But I did manage to get my Great Guard brought over to start taking care of his Katana Cav and his ninjas, because I do not want these guys to unleash bombs on my units. My lines are actually holding up fairly well over here. And you see I have a light cav engaging his light cav as well, which they're not really holding up too well in this fight, and I won't last long over here in this cav battle. But now Shifter has moved his general down and put him in stand and fight, and he still has all these Yari Sams to protect his general from my cav. So you can see my lines. My infantry is actually looking really weak, and he managed to break that light cav through and hit my matchlocks again. At this point, I thought I was for sure going to lose this battle, but I went ahead and put my bow warrior monks on his general, trying to knock him down as quickly as possible. And I don't have good firing angles with my matchlocks or my bow warrior monks. Now I do have this unit of Yari Ashikaru back here left, but he decides to abandon my matchlocks and try to get some rear charges in on my infantry, which is a really good strategy for getting my units to rout. But at this point I've managed to pretty much wipe out his lines, so my guys aren't really particularly close to routing yet, and my bow warrior monks are still working down his general. And this is my one matchlock unit left, and you say I have 22 out of 90 left. But I'm starting to gain, ground over here on the infantry fight. Now, if he didn't have those ninjas over there, I would have been able to clear the top of this hill, and I would have been a lot more effective. But, even though they didn't get that many kills, they still, wow, they just destroyed my cav, completely unbalanced my army, and really, really messed me up. So that was a really good move. So you can see over on this line over here, all I've got left is a Yari Ashigaru, and what is he fighting with? I think some lone swords. So I really need to take out his general, which I finally do. But my guys are just on the verge of routing. But the general kill pretty much pushed his units over the edge. I've got this Yari Sam left with 18 out of 120 units, and I've got my matchlocks and my bow warrior monks. Now luckily my general, because he does have quite a few points in melee, he'll be able to tank the rest of these units, and they won't really do much damage. And I'm wrapping my matchlocks around just in case. But a really, really close battle. My opponent fought excellent. It was an excellent strategy. And the only reason I survived was because I was able to react quickly with my spears and get my army pulled back and reformed. If I'd pulled back farther, my matchlocks might have been a little bit more effective, but did the best I could, and I barely managed to scrape a win by on that one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time.